the mindfulness of breathing, or the metta. So in the whole of the morning, the first part will be, I'll introduce some of those principles and skills, themes, qualities, and then I'll guide you into a meditation on them, bringing them to life. And then we'll have a break, tea break, and then when we come back, well, I'm going to give a little talk on how I talk to myself. I think once you start listening to how I talk to myself, it'll be clear why I wanted to do that. And towards the end, we'll just have some breakout groups so that you can talk about how you talk to yourself. So I want to welcome everyone online. Hello, everyone online. I can see there's quite a few of you. And everyone here. Welcome. So one of the last times I was here, when I was talking about setting up and developing intentions and perspective for doing a meditation, I used the word priming yourself in the old-fashioned sense of, like, you'd have a little motor, an engine or a pump, and you'd pump it to get pressure up so that it would work. So I really still like that idea, actually, that you have a priming of yourself to get going, to get emotionally engaged, to become clear, to get your energy going for the meditation, rather than just jumping straight in to a method or a technique, which I'm not a great fan of, just doing that, just jumping straight in. So what I'm going to do is, you can sit relaxed for the moment. I'm just going to, as it were, do a guided priming. So just the things which you can prime, ways that you can prime yourself before a meditation. You don't have to do all of these things, and there might even be more that you want to do, or other things that you could do, but it's just sort of giving you clues, really, about priming. So there are levels of priming. That's the way I see it, strata. And the first strata, I think, is, am I here? Might sound like a silly question because you're sitting here, but you might be preoccupied about something else. You might be thinking about something else. So actually, in those terms, that would constitute not being here. You might be wanting to be somewhere else. That would also constitute, in a way, not being here. So part of the process is arriving. Am I here? And arriving. Really important, almost bedrock of priming yourself for meditation. And so if you do, as you ask yourself a question, am I here or away? And you notice that you have got preoccupations or you're restless, just take this time now to actually let go of them. I can do that later, if at all. Let go of that and just start to come more into an experience of yourself, your body, how you are in your body, and notice basic things about your body. So this is a sort of arriving element of prep. You come into your body, and there are so many ways that you can prep yourself or prime yourself. Like, am I tight, tense in any way? And relaxing that, taking time as part of the priming, just to loosen, and even if your shoulders are forward, to open them. You know, if you're very scrunched up, to have a sense of giving yourself a bit of uplift and poise. All part of the prep and priming. So you get that sense of the body and what's needed, what's here. A general sense of discomfort and comfort. This is actually really important. So you get a sense, I'm comfortable, I'm not comfortable, what can I do? Immediately you might be able to have more cushions, less cushions, but you want to be poised and comfortable and stable. That's the three principles of good meditation posture. Stable, nice and stable, very good. Comfortable and poised, rather than like that. So you do like a little check. Posture, check. And all, just take the time for it. And then there's a little preparatory question. Am I up for this? Do I want to do this, in other words? And you just ask yourself that. Because if you get a no, then that's it's worth taking into account, because you'll be going against the tide, as it were, to think in those terms, against the current, against the flow of the river. If like you check and it's like, no, you might want to do it, but no, forget it. You have to, so it's a very good question to check. Am I up for this? Am I up for the process of coming into being aware, connecting, feeling what's here, and engaging? Take the time. Then there's another strata, which is sort of, in a way, a little bit more sophisticated. Am I all here? Which is a bit different. It's like I might be here in my head, in my thinking, I'm thinking about it. I might be here emotionally, I'm up for it. But am I here in my body as well? So you want to have a nice, balanced relationship between thinking about what you're doing to be here, being emotionally engaged, and your physical body, which might actually be restless and want to be somewhere else. So you connect, you say, oh, calm. If your body is restless, then you get calm, settle. So in this way, you're building up strata that will help you. They're conditions for helping you. And then you come to what practice am I going to do when I meditate? So if you're at home, you might decide on the mindfulness of breathing, for example, with the stages, or the Metta Bhavana with its 5 stages, for example. What we're going to do this morning is I'm going to guide you into an awareness of the body and the breath, but with no stages. But we're going to be looking at themes, which I'll mention in a moment, and qualities. So you just bring that to mind. My area of engagement is going to be the body and the breath. And you let that sink in. So it's part of the priming of yourself. So then you've got the practice, you're here, checked you're here, you're engaged, you want to be here, you've decided on what practice you're going to do, your area of engagement, and then you have the skill that you're going to pay attention to periodically. Now, I'll just mention one primary skill, and there are so many ways of talking about this, but recently I've been talking about it in terms of veering and steering. So The skill is to notice the moment that your attention veers away from the body and the breath. There's the breath. You're on it, and then I'm veering, steer back, boing, 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 back onto it. Stay with it. Back. Or dropping away. Back. Sometimes it's better than words, you know. So you're going to have tune your skill of noticing your veering and your steering back. Now it's a big topic, but that's all I'm going to say about it. You play with it. Many of you might be familiar with that skill already, but it's primary skill. So in relationship to that, there are two underlying qualities which I'm going to suggest to you, but you can pick your own. If your mind is quite wandering and distracted or preoccupied, and you keep on veering away, you need to have persistence and patience. So they're underlying qualities. So what it's like, just keep going, keep coming back, it's fine, you're in a process, do what you need to do. That's the patience. And the persistence is stay with it. You know, and it's a quality. It's not a head thing so much. You might have the word persistence, but actually persistence has a very particular quality about it. And it needs to be gentle. So gentle persistence, gentle determination, you know, keeps you sticking to it. So let that come in, patience and persistence, determination, as a quality that you're going to engage with. Okay, so last level, and this is what I would call a theme. There's so many themes you could choose, you know, impermanence, things are changing, the breath is changing, the sensations are changing. For example, it could be a theme. There's no one breathing, that could be, no, but I'm breathing, that could be another theme. But the theme that I'm suggesting for this morning is connecting in a complete way with the breath and the body, and that you're always connecting. It's in a way, quite sort of primary theme. It's almost implicit in a way, but it's good to make it explicit, to connect. And that overcomes the tendency to be abstract. Oh, isn't this meditation going well? I'm quite with the breath and enjoying it. And look, there's some enjoyment. It's sort of, it's abstract. It's sort of a bit disconnected, maybe not completely disconnected, but a bit disconnected. You want to really connect into the experience. So descriptions might occur like settled, but it's not a monologue. Oh, look what's happening. Isn't that interesting? You're connecting directly with what's happening. So let that sink in. Okay, cool. Okay, so if you set up your posture, make sure nice and comfortable, stable and poised. Yeah, very good. So this sit is going to be about 20 minutes, and I'll guide you through it, but you keep the initiative. You can take my suggestions as you like or not as you like. You keep the initiative. So just very gently and quietly dropping in the directive, arriving into the body, connecting with the body, how it feels. Connecting, coming into the direct experience and sense of how the body is in all the different ways that it can be experienced. Relaxation or tension. Letting the awareness take it in. Awareness of temperature. Is there anywhere in your body that's sort of in the range from warm to cool? Just noticing it, coming into it, taking it in. Sense of energy in your body. Is there any dullness or aliveness? Just noticing it, taking it in. Sense of any heaviness or lightness in the body. Just taking it in. Any sense of being contracted or pulled in, or expansiveness and openness in the body, taking it in. Do you feel settled in the body, or is there a restlessness? If you need to adjust your posture, your cushion's doing that. Okay, another little check here. Is your attention sharp and clear, or is it fuzzy and vague? Just knowing that if your mind is dropping off, as it were, or you're dropping off, noticing that and deciding to be alert. And now particularly bringing attention forward to the front of the torso, the heart chest area, coming into it, being aware of it. And now bringing in the direct intention to be aware of the front of the body and the breath. Being aware of the breath in the belly, the movement and the sensations caused by the breath as it comes in and goes out, and staying with it. Straight away check your posture. If your head is drooped or is dropping, as an indicator of losing attention or intention. Realign yourself, and the intention to do that all through the practice. So you're already in the skill now of veering or dropping away and coming back, steering back into the belly and the breath. Clear intention. Bringing in an acuity of when you veer, catching it early and steering back and delighting in that process. Connecting. open and curious what's here in the belly and the breath, engaging closer. Still keeping this awareness and continuity. We can add a device, if you wish, of the finger touch, which is just before the in-breath, you touch a finger and a thumb, touch, breath comes in, goes out, touch, the breath comes in and goes out as a way of keeping you engaged, that the breath is the thing. Feeling the stretch and the expansion as the breath comes in. All the sensations in the process. Being open to patience and persistence if the mind keeps veering away, and you have to keep steering or coming back. Relishing the challenge. Still with the breath, now bring attention and be aware more in the heart, chest area and the breath, and what happens as the breath comes in and goes out, staying with it. A fresh take on it all. And now bringing awareness up into the nostrils and the experience of the breath there, what it's like moment to moment, connecting. Clear area of engagement with gentle persistence. It's almost like zoom focus, but as you focus in, make sure that you're relaxed and letting go of any tightening. Checking your head, see if it droops, adjust it. Gentle determination and the clear area of engagement in the nostrils. Moment to moment. Becoming absorbed in it, taking it in. And then for a moment, just broadening your attention to your body and the sense of yourself, whether you feel settled or unsettled, just taking it in, how you are, take it in, and as it were, incorporating that coming back into engagement with the breath in the nostrils. And broadening to take in the body and the whole sense of yourself and how you are, with very kind of, as it were, simple, minimal descriptive thoughts, rather than going into thinking too much. Connecting a whole sense of yourself sitting here. And when you're ready, just gently opening your eyes, as it were, in a wide angle kind of way, just taking in a wide angle and just noticing if your eye picks up on anything in particular, but then just go back to the broader visual sense, as it were, mirroring a state of mind of just being open and taking things in a broad way. Taking in sounds, temperature, the room generally. So now you can just start to get a sense of the question, what in all of that was interesting? Without thinking too hard, but just ask the question, let things go, what in all of that was interesting?